Namaste everyone. Thank you for joining me. I thought I would put together a little video to help you set up a yoga practice in your home. So essentially some things that you can use around the house as props to set yourself up to practice yoga at home. For some of you, you may have had a strong yoga practice, a regular yoga practice at a yoga studio or a gym, and you're probably wondering, well, what do I do now? I love my yoga. We all love yoga. How can I do this on my own? So I would like to offer these suggestions to you so you can bring it home, so you can take on what you already know and place it on your own mat in your own space at home. It really is quite simple. So please know that there are a lot of resources and people, especially yoga teachers at this time, who are willing to reach out and support you in your home practice. We're all in this together, and this is somewhat of a great opportunity to share our experiences with each other and practice yoga in a very solitude and simple and perfectly imperfect way. Some of you may have never done yoga before, and that is okay too. It is a great practice to help calm the nervous system amongst all of this stuff, because it's just stuff that's happening around us. We're able to find a nice still point, a place within us that is calm and connected, and from there we're able to place our energies on things that are worthy of it. So keeping ourselves safe, but keeping ourselves free from panic. A lot of this stuff will take or can take its toll on our bodies and on our mental health. So it's super important to be mindful of that and tapping into the resources that you have to help you get through that. So I will be offering some online or live yoga classes completely for free. I do not wish to benefit from this at this time, but I also appreciate and acknowledge those beautiful yoga teachers and personal trainers, as I'm a personal trainer as well, those whose livelihoods are 100% centered on delivering that service. So please support them as best you can as well. And I will be offering some free classes to help supplement and support those teachers and their offerings. So when you can give, please do so. All right, so my first little video, the purpose of this is to take you through some equipment that you may or may not need during a yoga practice. Firstly, a yoga mat. A yoga mat can be a beach towel. I've never seen a beach towel, but you could probably use a beach towel to do yoga on or asana practice on. I've just laid out a nice little curtain. This is a curtain or a bedspread, actually, like a bed sheet this thing is. And that's okay. I'm sitting on a bolster. So you can use a sheet, you can lay or use the carpet or a mat, anything that you like. You can just simply sit on the floor if that is comfortable for you. Put yourself in a onesie so you've got a little bit of cushioning. Turn the aircon up so you're not too hot, and then away you go anywhere. It's like a wearable yoga mat onesie. It's fantastic. Anyway, I digress. So yoga mat, not essential, but if you do have one, fantastic. Otherwise, there are options: beach towel, sheets, or a onesie. Okay, moving up from that. This is my mat. That also doubles as a bolster. Now, a rolled yoga mat has a little bit of density to it, so it's able to support you. So that's the option for a bolster, is a rolled yoga mat, or you can use a rolled beach towel, which I'll show you in a minute. I have my trusty little bolster. It's just a long pillow that you can sit on, and the point is when you elevate the hips, when you use it for sitting on, it helps to unlock the tight hip flexors, so it just creates more space in the front of the body. Using a bolster for laying positions, usually it runs across the length of the spine, across the spine, or runs the length of the spine. So it's an actual support for the structure of your body, okay? It's not there to inflict pain, it is there to support and open generally the opposite parts of your body. So if I'm sitting on something, I'm opening the front. If I'm laying on something, I'm opening the front of my body. Okay, so you can use a rolled mat, beach towel, bolster. I've got lots of options here. Sleeping bags. So they're nice and supportive and squishy, and they fit nicely into the round of the back. If you're doing a nice little extension, you can sit on them. They're quite sturdy, and most of you will have a sleeping bag. If not, and you have some kind of casing, like a sleeping bag case, you can roll a towel up inside of it, or a few towels up inside of it, which is one I prepared earlier, is here. So what I've done here is I've rolled up 2 bath mats together, and then I've placed them in a pillowcase. Yeah, so tuck it all in, roll it all up nice and neat. And here I have another supportive bolster that I can use for my body and my yoga practice. So this is nice and gentle for upper body. So if you're doing some nice laying on your side, for example, you can place it just underneath the armpit and get a nice little opener through the other side, working the shoulders, opening up the shoulders. Because guess what? There's a lot of tension, and tension likes to sit in and around the shoulders and neck. So the more asana or postures we can provide for our bodies at this time that target those high tension areas, the better, I think, anyway. So there's an option for a bolster. Okay, moving right along. Hang on, gotta lean back. I didn't think, Shanti is about to join us. Shanti, hello my darling. Oh, butt shot, sorry. Oh, sorry. Shanti, get your butt out of the way, girl. She's so charming. Anyway, blocks. Blocks are more sturdy support for the body. You can sit on a block. You can use a block much the same way you would a bolster. So in yoga practices such as pigeon pose, where you're perhaps your upper body is hanging out a little bit, or child's pose, this provides a space for your limbs that are floating to connect and be supported. You're going to play with me now. So, oh nice, I'm getting attacked here. This is not live, but you know what I mean. This is living. This is being a stay-at-home cat mum to a hungry cat. Anyway, so we can use blocks, put your leg down. We can use blocks to support our body in many, many postures. And this just simply brings the floor up to us again to take the stress out of the joints and keep the yoga working where it is meant to. Unless you're doing yin, you can use yin to help work deeper into the ligaments of the body. Now, just because it looks pretty, you can put a nice little hand towel over that, so you're not consciously reading the dictionary while you're, say, in lizard pose or something like that. So that's also an option there. Otherwise, this is a block. They are like $2 or $5 with a strap from Kmart or something like that. So they are accessible if you need them. They are not essential, okay? This is all just extra stuff. Moving on. Oh, how can I forget? Just a simple cushion can be a support, a block, a bolster, whatever it needs to be. A place to rest your head or feel comfy to support yourself if you're laying back. Okay, this kind of stuff where we feel these comfortable positions in our body right now are deeply nourishing and great for relaxing our bodies, our minds, our souls. So if you're feeling anxious or a little bit of depression, These changes also may affect you in 1 or 2 or 3 or 4 different ways, providing a bit of self-love, self-nourishment and nurturing is fantastic for this time. And however that looks like for you, perhaps listening to some nice music is just as effective. All right, keep going. Doing that the eloquent way. Straps. Straps are great. Sorry, Shanti. Straps are great for stability, support while stretching. Okay, they're also good for allowing range of motion to be easier. So for example, if I was to do that, it feels a little bit unbalanced, but if I do it with the strap, I create tension in the strap, which then creates support for my joints. So you can use these on your legs. You can take the feet out wide in, so they're really good for stretching hamstrings as well. Again, this is an extension of a limb. Yeah, so if you're doing these ones, you can hold on to the strap rather than your fingers and feel ease in this asana. So straps, you can get them with the blocks. Otherwise, a belt, a towel. They're not stretchy. They're quite hard. Hard, that's not the word. Non-stretchy. I don't know what that inelastic. Anything you can find that looks like that at home, great. All right, the next one. Getting there is an eye pillow. These are great for meditation in Shavasana, or the final asana of a practice. Placing them gently over your eyes. If you don't like anything on your face, you might like to place them on your chest. If you've got a couple, you can place them in the palm of your hand. It is quite calming. And if you think of these points, your palms and your feet, as outputs for energy, so things are moving out of these areas, like that, pow, pow, pow. When we close them off, we're kind of drawing the energy back inwards, okay? So it can be soothing and nourishing to just have something weighted in your hands as you practice in certain asanas, of course. So here I've made these. They're super easy to make. They're just filled with rice, and you can get patterns online if you're a sewer. Otherwise, this is my DIY version. Some kind of glad bag or bag. I feel bad that I have a glad bag. It would have been nice to have like a wax paper bag or something like that. But I've just filled it with normal rice, because let's face it, we've all stocked up on rice. Then a face washer. I place the rice inside the face washer, fold it up. You can keep the ends open. I keep the ends open. And then voila, I can put it on my head if that feels nice. But here is your makeshift eye pillow. Couple of other things and then you're done. So it sounds like a lot. You don't have to use any of this. I just wanted to provide some options for those of you who are used to having a bolster block and a strap in their practice, and a mat for that matter. Candles. Candles are soothing, candles are calming. You can choose one that has a scent that makes you feel nice. So creating more than just equipment, creating an ambience, a space. Shanti's coming back. Her head areas. She is. Nice one, Shanti. So candles are wonderful, and I've got my little Buddha here. And some incense as well. Not everyone likes incense. Perhaps you like to use aromatherapy oils or a diffuser. And the other thing that keeps me nice and calm is animals. So let your pets join in on this practice. So hopefully from all of that you can take some tips out of that and apply it into a home practice. Creating a space and a time to practice yoga is important. It's just as important as brushing your teeth at this time. So you don't necessarily have to be sitting on a mat with a bolster, with the candles, with all of this stuff. It can just be mindfully sitting on the lounge, turn the TV off, put the phone down, and just breathing, closing your eyes, being aware of where you are and how you are and what your breath is doing. So I will provide some more tips and tricks and some practices as we go along, but I just wanted to give you that start now. So for those of you who are jumping into yoga practices online, you can have these extra tools, just some ideas to share. Have a beautiful, beautiful day, and know that everything is temporary. This too shall pass. With all my love and light, we'll see you soon. Namaste.